Yogis, hello and welcome back. Let's get ready to do some yoga. Get your stuff, unroll your mat. I'll give you a few seconds to get those things. I'll see you right back here. Hello again and welcome back. If you're new to my channel, then welcome. It's wonderful to have you here. Please remember to hit the like and subscribe button down below. New practices weekly. We're going to get to it today, starting in a seated forward fold. I'm going to come off of my block. So if you have props, great. I certainly encourage you to use them. They can be really helpful. Right now, I'm going to be demonstrating using a blanket. So if you have something like that, great. If not, you can definitely do these without the props. I'm going to take the blanket, roll it up just a little bit here, like that. Extend out my legs. Then slide the blanket right underneath my knees. So again, feel free to do the same. Feel free if you want to use a bolster, if it's a small bolster or a pillow, great. If you're not using props today, again, you certainly don't need to use them. Modify your practice as it makes sense for you. So the blanket is really helpful to help ease the hamstrings into the stretch. Start with hands on the legs, just slide the hands out, reach for your feet. And if the feet are far away, if this is a big ask, you don't have to reach the feet. You can keep your hands on the legs. You can let your hands just rest on opposite sides of your legs, whatever works for you here. It just happens to be, a pretty easy reach for me. So don't overdo it first thing. We don't have to go all out like this. So the knees bending releases out the hamstrings as you fold. Feel the head just soften down a little bit. Relax the shoulders back. You should be able to breathe free and clear here. If you're having trouble breathing easy, do a little bit less, come out of it a little bit, reset yourself, then settle back in. This is a nice yin yoga stretch right here as we start getting our body on board to do some more movement. Let's hold it here for about 3 more deep breaths. Slowly releasing as you slide the hands in, let the head return upright as we release. Put a bend in the knees. If you're using a blanket like I am, just move it out to the side. Keep it handy in case you need it at another point in the practice. We'll keep the knees bending, bring the soles of the feet together, drop the knees out without coming into full Baddha Konasana, the Vinyasa hip opening stretch. This is more of a butterfly pose. So the feet are a little bit wider. Just come forward, round. Let your hands just settle on the feet. Round down. And again, if you need to support the hips here, you can either put blocks under the knees, or if that's too much, you can put blankets or a pillow or something under your knees. That will ease the stretch on the hips. Let's hold it here for another deep breath or 2. Then slowly releasing as you return upright. Take your hands to the knees, fold the knees in, drop the hands behind you, and just windshield wiper the knees a little bit side to side. Returning them to center. extending your left leg straight out on the mat. Take your right foot, step it outside the left leg. Sit tall, take a twist, go to your right side, wrapping the left arm, take the right arm behind you, chest up, relax the shoulders, look toward your right. Maybe look toward the right shoulder, and we'll hold it here for another deep breath. Coming back through center, take a little counter stretch as you go left. Return to the middle, unwrapping the right leg, go the other way, bend the left knee, step it over. Chest up, relax the shoulders, twist to your left, wrapping the right arm, drop the left arm back, look to your left, maybe peek over the shoulder. One more breath. Coming back through center, little counter stretch, go right. Come back to the middle and unwrap the left leg. Let's come forward onto hands and knees, taking it right back to downward facing dog, hips up and back. In your down dog, feel free to pedal out the heels a little bit, just stretching out the legs as you wake everything up a little bit more. Taking an inhale, lift the heels high. Then with your exhale, sink the heels down. Let's come forward to plank pose, and let's take side plank. Face the left side of the room. Keep your right hand down. Stack the left hip on top. Reach the left arm up. Modify any way you choose. You can lower the bottom knee or maybe even float the top leg up. Let's hold for one more deep breath in. And exhale, lower back to center. Go the other way, face the right side. Left hand down, right hip on top. Try to do the same variation that you did on the first side. And let's give it another deep breath in. Exhaling, lower back to center. Breathe in, chaturanga, or drop the knees to modify. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. And exhaling back to your down dog. Let's give it another full breath. Putting a little bend in the knees, look forward, step or hop your feet to the front. Fold over the legs when you get there, the feet slightly separating. Take your hands to opposite elbows and just let yourself hang over the legs. We'll hold for another full breath. You can sway a little if that feels good. And then change the hand so the opposite hand is on top. Let the arms drop down toward the mat, rolling up slow to stand. Press through the legs and uncurl. Lift up, up, up. Soften the shoulders, standing tall in Tadasana. Inhaling, sweep the arms around. With your exhale, dive over the legs, interlace fingers behind the back and stretch the arms overhead, head down. Make sure to keep at least a softness in the knees, but you can bend the knees as much as you like. One more inhale. Exhaling, hands, fingertips to the mat, chest up. Step your left leg back in low lunge. Lift the right arm, take a low lunge, twist, reach high. Side plank to the right. Stack the right leg on top. Face the right side, one more inhale. Then exhale, plank pose, center it out, breathe in. Chaturanga or drop the knees, breathing out. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale to your down dog, or feel free to take child's pose. Let's hold for a few deep breaths. And meeting in down dog, if you're not already there, inhale, lift the right leg high. Exhaling, low lunge, big step through the hands. Step all the way up to the front and fold over the legs, head down. Big inhale, sweep the arms around, rise up. Exhaling, dive, arms behind you, interlace fingers again, stretch the arms overhead, keeping the opposite pinky finger on top this time, the less dominant grip just to keep things balanced. Let's give it one more deep breath in. Then exhale, releasing hands, arms toward the mat, chest up, head up, right leg back, low lunge. Take your twist, float the left arm up, reach high. Side plank, Vashisthasana, stack the left leg on top. Try to do the same variation from the first side, breathing in. Then exhale, plank pose, center it out, breathe in. Chaturanga, breathing out. Inhale, upward facing, then exhale to your downward facing, or take a little breather in child's pose, 3 deep breaths. And meeting in down dog if you're not already there. Inhaling, lift the left leg up. Exhale, low lunge, big step through. Step all the way up to the front and fold over the legs, head down. Step your feet together, toes, heels touch. Utkatasana chair, sit deep, sweep the arms high. Soften the shoulders, maybe look up between the hands. One more big inhale, relax the toes. Exhale, dive over the legs, head down. Step the left leg back in low lunge. Go right to warrior 2 as you turn the back heel flat to the mat. Come up and sweep both arms out to the side. Keep the arms strong, relax the shoulders. Let's hold for another deep breath. Straightening the front leg, take a modified side lunge skandasana to the left as you bend the left knee, straighten the right leg. Warrior 2, come up, bend the right knee, reach out. Skandasana, side lunge to the left. One more. Come up, warrior 2. Skandasana, side lunge to the back. Come back up to warrior 2, reverse warrior, right arm over. Ardha Chandrasana, half moon, reach out. Use a block if you like under the right hand. Lift the left leg, lift the left arm high. Reach up. Always starting by looking down first. See where you are. Set up your foundation. Keep the breath moving, and when you're good to go, that's when you shift your gaze left. Try looking up and holding for another deep breath. Release to a brief standing split. Lower the left hand, forehead to the front shin. Hold for a breath. Low lunge, touch back down. Low lunge twist, reach the right arm high, lift up. Vashisthasana, side plank, face the right side, stack the right leg on top. One more big inhale. Regular plank, center it out as you exhale, breathe in. Chaturanga, breathing out. Inhale, upward facing. Back to your downward facing, holding for another deep breath. Inhale, lift the right leg up. Exhale, low lunge, step through. Step all the way up to the front and fold over the legs, head down. Stepping your feet together, toes, heels, side by side, Utkatasana, sit deep, arms up. Relax the shoulders back, knees back a little, eyes up. One more inhale. Then exhale, dive over the legs, head down. Send the right leg back, low lunge. Take it right to warrior 2. Right heel spins flat, come up. Arms reach out, look over the left hand. One more deep breath. Coming into your modified side lunge skandasana, straighten the left leg. Side lunge to the right. Warrior 2, come up. Side lunge to the back. One more, come up. Side lunge, lean back. Take it to Warrior two, again, reverse the warrior, sweeping the left arm over. Ardha Chandrasana, half moon, reach the left arm out. Use a block if you like under the left hand, float the right leg up, right arm high. Looking down to begin with, setting up your foundation. Always building from the ground level up. Keep the breath moving. Lift up, lift away. When you can, look right. Try looking up at your fingertips, and let's hold one more time. Release to a brief standing split, right hand down, forehead to the left shin, one breath. We'll take it to low lunge, float back, low lunge twist, lift the left arm, reach high. Vashisthasana, side plank, face the left side, stack the left leg on top. One more, deep breath in as you reach up. Then exhale to plank pose, breathe in. Chaturanga, breathing out. Inhale, upward facing. Back to your downward facing. Let's hold for another full breath. Big inhale, lift the left leg high. Exhale, low lunge, step through the hands. Step all the way up to the front and fold over the legs. Keeping your feet about hip width distance apart, Padangusthasana. Grabbing your big toes in yogi toe lock. First two fingers of each hand grabbing from inside the big toes. Lift the chest, inhale. Then exhale, head down, elbows out, sit bones up. Move the shoulders away from the ears. You can always modify in ragdoll here, holding your hands to opposite elbows if you choose. Keeping the breath moving. And we'll give it another deep breath or two. Taking an inhale, lifting the chest. Exhale, letting go of the toes. Bring your hands to the waist, and with a flat back, press up slow to stand. Keep the hands on the waist when you come all the way up. We'll do some dancer pose, Natarajasana. Standing tall, shift your weight to the right leg. Look straight ahead. Find one point to focus on that's going to help with your balance. Lift the left knee up. Take your left hand. When you kick back, grab the inside of your left foot. This is an inside grip, so your left thumb points behind you. Zip it up, bringing the knees together, no rush. I always see people rushing ahead to get further into the pose before we're ready to get there. Be present. Stay focused. Breathe. Now lifting up your right arm high. Kick up, kick back. And when you have the back bend, you're good to go here. If you'd like to work this deeper, you can keep kicking up and back, only deepening the back bend. Avoid losing the back bend. That's half the pose. If you fall out, come in again. Give it a try. Kick up and back. Pull forward, kick up, kick back, reach forward one more time. Then slowly return all the way back up. Lower the left leg, relax the right arm by your side, settling into stillness in Tadasana. We'll go the other way. You can bring hands again onto the waist. Hands on the waist is just fewer moving parts, can make it a little bit easier setting up your balance. Continue looking straight ahead. Shift your weight to the left leg, lift the right knee, take your right hand, kick the right foot back, grabbing inside your right foot. Your right thumb is basically pointing behind you. Zip it up, knees together, level the hips. Keep looking at one point straight ahead. Raise the left arm high. Kick up and back, and when you have the back bend, you're in the pose. If you want to deepen it, keep kicking up and back. Pull the left arm forward. If you fall out, come back in. Keep kicking up and back. Keep reaching forward. Kick up, reach forward one more time. Then slowly release, come up. Right leg down, left arm by your side, Tadasana. Keep the feet hip-width distance apart. Inhale, sweep the arms around. Padahastasana, exhaling, fold, chest up, head up, lift the fronts of the feet and slide the hands under. Drop the toes down, head down as you round. Deep breaths. One more full breath. Taking an inhale, lifting the chest. Exhale, releasing the toes. Let's step back to plank pose. Breathing in. And you can drop the knees or lower in one straight line on the belly. Lower down, untuck your toes. Slide the arms back behind you, interlace fingers, straighten out the arms as best you can, squeeze the shoulder blades together, keeping the feet a few inches apart. Inhale, lift up, Locust Shalavasana. One more, lift up, up, up. And exhale, lower down, release the hands, turn your head to the side. Now option, you can either do the same back bend, a second set locust, or working into Dhanurasana bow pose if you choose. Bend the knees, grab your feet, set yourself up, either bow or locust. Set yourself up, press down, inhale left. Coming up, lifting up, heart forward, relax your gaze, come up, let's take one more big inhale, then exhale, lower down, go back to child's pose, shift back, you can reach arms forward or back on the mat, and we'll hold about 3 to 5 deep breaths. One more time. And coming up onto hands and knees. Bring the knees in a little bit. Let's come into pigeon pose. Slide the right knee through, left leg back, sit tall. Please modify on your back doing the reverse figure 4 if you need that today, if that's what the joints are asking for. And lengthen forward, keep the hips level. You can always, if you need, slide a blanket or block under the right hip or thigh, or even put a block under your forehead if you choose. Let's give it about 3 deep breaths right here. And coming out, head up, slide the hands in. Return to hands and knees. Bring the right knee back. We'll switch the sides. Bring the left knee through. Right leg back, sit tall. Modify, of course, as you need. Props as you see fit. If you're good to go otherwise, keep the hips level. Slide the arms out. Head down, and we'll hold for about 3 more deep breaths. And as you release, head up, slide the hands in, roll to your left leg, bring the right leg all the way around, lay back on the mat. You can hug the knees in, give yourself a nice little release here, rock a little happy baby if that feels good for you. An option as we continue winding down, you can either settle into Supta Baddha Konasana, bring the soles of the feet together, knees out. Use blocks or blankets under the knees if the hips need support. Or if you want to go upside down, headstand, shoulder stand, find options. Just be mindful as you move. Take your time. And if you're doing shoulder stand, please don't be looking at me, only look up at your feet. Maybe a little halasana plow. And coming out nice and easy. If you're upside down, uncurl. Taking your counter stretch, I'm going to use a block for fish pose, Matsyasana. You can do the same thing without a block if you choose. Straight legs, chest up, head back. The same shape that I'm making here, but with a block, right? I'm putting the block between my shoulder blades. You can use a blanket as well, or a pillow between the shoulder blades if you choose. Let's take another 2 or 3 deep breaths. If you're in the hip stretch, you can hold it there for another deep breath or 2. And releasing out. If you're on a prop like I am, roll to your side, remove it, roll back on the mat, hug your knees in. And if you're in the hip stretch, you can fold the knees in, rock a little, twist a little. If you're otherwise ready to do so, just settle back on the mat, extending out the legs, separate the feet, drop your arms out, turn the palms up and close your eyes. Letting go of the breath, just settle back into stillness, sink back, relax, enjoy a few moments of stillness before returning to your day. If you have time, I encourage you to stay a little bit longer. Enjoy the most of your rest and recovery as you can. Otherwise, I will see you next time on the mat. Until we meet again, namaste.